I'm going to call him H because that's what I call him because I'm not going to mess up his name. So H, of course, was Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East. Again, brings a defensive presence. I feel he has a huge upside. He hasn't been playing basketball that long, and so he's steadily, as far as improving. Again, has great character, great work ethic. And a story about him is we do a drill when we come in to work out. That what we do is we have a guy drive in, you block a shot, you go touch on the sideline, you come in another guy, so you get 5 straight block shots. And H touches about 12'7" on the board, so that's the highest we've had anyone come in the last 2 years. So he gets up extremely high. So he's getting up and he's blocking the shots, and he keeps on sending them out of bounds. So I go up to him and I says, H, I said, what good does that do me? Are you blocking a shot and sending it out of bounds? And he looks at me with a big smile that he has. He goes, Coach, the crowd goes crazy.
I actually came down to America with, like you said, limited basketball. I only played half a year to a year before I came. So in total, I have 6 years of basketball under my belt, you know, and I wanted to learn, and I gave it all I have every single day. I left my family and everybody that I loved in Africa to come here and build a future for my life. So I had to mature at an early age and really be ready. And all the process that I've been through, every places that I went through, everyone could tell you that I'm the type that really get attached to everywhere I go. You know, I'm here for my future, but I love everyone that want to help me. And as you know, I'm really dedicated. So it's been a tough process, but it's not the end of the road. You know, I still got a long way to go. 6 years of basketball doesn't mean this is my best. So hopefully, Coach Flip right here is going to teach me how to keep the ball inbounds and everything. But I got a long way to go, and I'm really looking forward. This is a great opportunity for me.
Talk about coming here as 16 years old, leaving family behind. Now that you're going to be drafted by an NBA team, I wonder what the family reaction is and so forth.
This is like really like a Cinderella story. You know, a 16-year-old kid that barely played basketball decided to leave his family to go to America, to a country where he didn't even speak English, and just decide I want to go to the NBA. You know, a lot of people told me on my way, you know what, you need to have a little smaller dreams, but I don't believe in smaller dreams. I have one dream and I'm going for it. You know, and it took a lot of hard work. It took me every day, you know, catching up on the kids that have been playing basketball their entire life. 6 years of basketball is not that much, but I was willing every day to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I gotta get better. I gotta get better. And here I am now. You know, my family is really excited. They believed in me and really pushed me this entire time. And so it's really exciting time, not just for my family, but Senegalese people are really excited, you know, and this is not just a stop, you know. Yes, I got drafted, and this is a great opportunity for me, but I have bigger goals, and I'm going for them, you know. With the help of the Wizard coaching staff and everyone, this is going to be great for me.
You were a team captain at Rutgers and known to be a guy involved with the community, so how important is it to you to be in an international city like Washington as opposed to maybe Minnesota, where there's not a lot going on up there, pretty cold?
You know, it's like I said, it's a great opportunity for me. This is exactly what I've been looking for. You know, I've always been involved with the community because I think as a basketball player, you don't have responsibility just on the court, but off the court too. You know, you gotta help the community and things like that. And that's the type of player I am. I was a team captain, and it helped me keep my head on my shoulders, but keep the people around me and do the right things, you know. And so this is the perfect place to do all of that, you know, helping out and learning and everything. So this is a really great opportunity for me.
Was there ever concern, you know, as it went deep into the 50s and you still hadn't heard your name called, you know, I mean, were you a little bit worried that, you know, you weren't going to actually get drafted?
You know what, yes, I'm not going to lie. Once it hit 55 and everything, you know, I had 5 more to go, but I know everyone else was feeling the same exact way, you know. The countdown kept going, and you still don't hear your name, you still don't know what is going on. But I had faith, anyways. If I had got drafted or not, you know, I would have kept on trying to get on the team and everything. And fortunately, I got picked up, you know, and I'm gonna make the best out of it.
And you talk about blocking shots. Aside from keeping the ball in bounds, what is it about? Is it about timing, intimidation? I've read where you say your favorite player all the time is Ben Wallace. Have you watched a lot of film of his or any other players?
I hope he shoots free throws better. I've lived through that.
You know, about blocking shots, really, it's a feel. It's something that I love to do, and just like Trevor just said, I don't like when people score on me anyway. So I will jump as high as I have to get that ball and everything. But it's all of it is really a feel, and I've been doing it for a while. So it's pretty much something that is in me. I can't give you a straight answer what it is exactly to block a shot, but I know I have it in me, and I count on using it really for the future.
From what I've read, you're a pretty personable guy at Rutgers. Is that something that's always been a part of your personality, or in your kind of journey to the U.S. to play basketball? Did you feel, okay, it's important for me to be outgoing? It's going to help me, my career.
That's my personality. You know, I like to be different. I call it different because a lot of guys really don't like to be surrounded by people, talking to people, helping out others. You know, but the more you help others, somebody else will help you out. You know, and that's how I see life. You know, you get something from somebody, you give it back. You know, giving back is something big for me. And as much as we basketball players now, professionals and everything, it's good to give back to the community, and that's my personal opinion on it.
Now, your second school before Rutgers in Florida, I understand it didn't have good conditions there. You and some friends from your home country literally left, maybe under the cover of darkness. What happened there? What was going on with that situation?
You know, we try as much not to talk about it or cover the trace of that experience. You know, it was really bad for us. We went down to Florida, and we were not treated as human beings, I could even say. You know, and it was not good for us at all. So we just decided to pack up our bags and leave. You know, and look for something better. And at that age, I was I think 17, turning 18 probably. I was responsible. And with one of my other friends, Jabril, who plays for Wyoming now, but we were responsible for a lot of kids, you know, and so we had to really be strong mentally and take those guys out of that situation and find something better.
And what was the main lesson learned from that, and kind of dealing, or were you wary of others, or? The
main lesson is really to watch your back. You know, you don't really know who to trust, because in 1 week it was a critical change. We went from being the great guys and everything to all of a sudden being treated like less than a human being, you know. And so you just got to watch who you trust in this world. You know, everybody is in for their own good.
How old were you when you first thought, like, hey, I can make it in the NBA, or, you know, were you still over in Africa, or were you in the process of coming over here?
I was probably already over here, you know. I was already over here. To me, everything is a learning process. It depends how fast you learn and everything. And the fact that I realized that I was learning really quick, and every day I was getting better and better and better. I started realizing, you know what, I have a shot of making it to the NBA, and I'm going to give it just more effort and everything to make it.
Bigger moment for you, graduating with that degree in communications or getting selected in the NBA draft?
You know what? Somebody asked me the same question, and I want to say graduating would be the bigger one, but I wasn't as anxious, and I didn't feel the way I felt after I heard my name into that draft. You know, I couldn't stop crying for about a whole 30 minutes where I had all my loved ones around me, beside my parents and everyone, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, I made it. You know? And it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, but both of those are probably the two biggest moments of my life.
Now, with a degree in communications, any thought of what do you want to do after your basketball career is over with, or?
I'll probably be doing the same thing, you know, as you guys. You know, I'm learning still. I worked for the communication department at Rutgers and learned a couple of tricks and everything, but I'm still planning on learning more. You know, you can never stop learning, and then once I have it all, I will probably decide what I want to do with it.